All right. So, I think we are live. I'm just going to make sure because I always like to make sure on things like this. All right. Yeah, we are good to go. All right, everybody. So, I want to make this video to react to video. Who's this guy that did this? We got the pro wrestling shoot. Did a video and he was invited to a circle of some sort, whatever the circle is called. I can't remember, but he explains it. He was invited to like the circle to talk about the game and all confirmed features that's going to be added to the game. So everything that this guy talks about in this video has been confirmed for 2K26, and he's going to talk about all the features. A lot of them, anyways. There's probably more, but a lot of them. There's a lot, and a lot of very, very, very exciting ones. And I am really stoked for this, especially because it is no longer on old gen consoles. It's only on new gen now. So PS5, Xbox X and S, PC as well still, and the Nintendo Switch 2. Only the Nintendo Switch 2, not the old Nintendo, just the second one, the new one, as well. So I am super excited for this because that means they can go all out. I have seen some screenshots. The screenshots, according to the graphics of the game, do look very similar. They don't look more realistic, but they still look great. But they look very similar to 2K25, whereas the graphics right now in the game are good. They're good. So they did enhance that with just the new gen consoles now, but maybe next year they might end up doing that and finally getting the graphics enhanced. This year they'll focus more on gameplay and the game modes. So we're gonna get into this. We're gonna talk about this. We're gonna listen to what he's saying, and then we're gonna talk about some of the stuff too. So let's go ahead though, and let's get on into it. This is gonna be kind of a long one because it's a 20-minute video, and we will be pausing throughout the video. Again, the other thing is too is that I did not own any part of this video. It is not a video I made. It's nothing like that. This is from a different guy, Pro Wrestling Shoot. So I do not own the rights to any part of this video whatsoever. So let's go ahead though, and let's get on into it. And yeah, let's do this.
At the beginning of the week, I was invited to a roundtable with Finn Partners and 2K to discuss
Roundtable, that's what it was called.
26. And it turns out there's a lot of new things coming, and we're going to discuss them in this video. First of all, we're going to go over a press release.
Hold on. Let's get a little clearer.
First of all
Joe Hendry. So first thing I want to announce is that the standard edition and all the other ones too, they'll come with it as well, plus more. But Joe Hendry has been announced as a pre-order bonus. So we're going to be getting Joe Hendry right away. Not for DLC, but he's going to be right away if you pre-order. If you pre-order. If you don't, he will be a DLC later on. But if you pre-order, which I already did, if you pre-order, you will get him in the pre-order bonus. I'm so excited to have Joe Hendry. Oh, I'm so excited for this. Okay. Alright, sorry. I'm getting really excited for this. Alright, let's go ahead and get going.
We're going to go over a press release as well as a lot of the features.
Here's another one. This is CM Punk. So he's wearing the jacket, black jacket with the blue and the red stars. And then he's also wearing the black trunks, which I'm guessing has the blue and white and red as well. That matches his boots. So I'm guessing that's what his trunks are as well. I'm guessing they probably still have his kind of 2K version of his tattoos. They probably don't have the Pepsi Cola thing. They haven't had that in years. So I'm guessing that's still going to be the same. I'm also guessing that in his entrance, he's probably still not going to have that clobbering time thing being said in the entrance as well. If they do, that's great, but they most likely won't have that either. But they do have an updated model with an updated hair. Even the facial hair looks slightly older, more updated as well, because it looked more blacker than that in the 2K25, so it has a little bit more gray to it, which is fine because that's what it is currently, because he is getting older. But they did update his hair, so his hair is different as well. Yeah, and then can't really see too much about the quality of everything else behind it because it's kind of blurred out because it's just mainly focusing on CM Punk himself. But from what I'm seeing here, it looks like his Titantron is still the same, which is fine because he hasn't really changed his Titantron look at all since 2K25. So it's gonna be. It looks like it's gonna be the same as 2K25. But again, that is fine because he hasn't updated his Titantron in real life. So
they were talking about on this roundtable that are
there's another picture.
To...
Crap, I didn't pause it soon enough. There's another picture. So more, yeah. This is. I mean, the graphics look great. They look absolutely phenomenal. And yeah, so this is a closer look at his attire, his jacket. I do like the jacket. I was kind of hoping that it was going to be his jacket in the game, because I really did like that jacket a lot. I know he's been known more for like wearing the t-shirts, but there was something about this jacket that I really did like a lot. So I was kind of hoping that he would have the jacket in the game, and he does. So I'm happy about that. I really am. The t-shirts, we can make the t-shirts. Yeah, I can upload the logos. And then put it on the t-shirt and give it to him. Like, that's very simple. And same with Community Creations. I could just download the version of that, too, if I really wanted to. So, that's not that big of a deal. So, that would be easier to be able to do that than to try to recreate this jacket. So, I'm glad that they have the jacket in.
This roundtable that are making their way to WWE 2.
Oh, here's the other one. Now, here's the thing about this, though. Kane looks great. Undertaker's kind of blurred out, but he's going to look really good, too. Flames over here look pretty good. I don't know what's going on here. That's the one thing I saw about the screenshot where I'm just like, I'm not really sure. Like, if you look at it this way, it looks pretty good, pretty realistic. This one looks more like it's on this green screen. So I'm kind of hoping it looks more like this, or maybe it's just the angle and that's kind of blurred out. Maybe that's the reason why it looks like that. So maybe like when you look at it from all angles, maybe it will look like this one over on this side. But on this side, it does kind of throw it off just a little bit. But again, it's not the final version, so it'll probably look better than this, most likely. Yeah, so I'm not too worried about it, but I did notice that. It was kind of like, that looks more like a green screen type thing than the real life thing or whatever, but who knows. But yeah, this is another screenshot. Other than the flame part on this side, though, it is a good screenshot. So that also confirms Inferno match that's in the game. Yes.
Gameplay, as well as a lot of the new features coming into the modes. We do have a tiny bit of roster information.
Naomi obviously is going to have her caution gear, her caution version. Obviously, she debuted this version of her early enough for it, like way early enough for it. So obviously, this is the version we were going to get in Naomi. That was already a given. But this is the first screenshot of her. She looks really good. This is honestly probably the best model they've ever gotten of her. I do like the gear as well. When she started wearing the caution gear in real life, it kind of threw me off, and I was kind of like, I don't really like it. It just kind of looked weird. But after a while, it started growing on me, and I actually kind of like this gear. I think it's pretty cool. So I will be using the caution version of Naomi in my universe mode. I'm not going to continue using the other one, even though I do like that one. I will end up using her updated one in real life, or in the universe mode. So this is the Naomi that we will get in universe mode as well. The reason why I'm saying that is because there's been times where I've updated in real life models and put them back, or I did like a different type thing with them and not their current thing from the game or whatever. So that's why I mentioned that, is that Naomi, I will have her I will do her current gimmick in the game. But I will be doing a storyline right before we start doing 2K26. I am going to do a storyline with a heel turn for Naomi to prepare her for this gear instead of just doing this gear, because otherwise it'll kind of be weird if I just like randomly have this gear in like next week's SmackDown or whatever, like when the game comes out, and then she's just wearing this gear and just has a whole new attitude. So I will lead up to this version of her, since this is going to be in 2K26. So look forward to that. I will start using Naomi a lot more, and she does return, not tonight, but next week. She returns to my universe mode, so let's go and get back into it.
As well as some pricing and what you're going to
now, Liv Morgan, I'm going to be honest, I didn't really care for this gear of Liv Morgan. It just kind of threw it off. It didn't look like a gear for a wrestler. It looked like a gear for like a stripper. And I didn't really care for it, because this is like wrestling and the gear should look more of like a wrestler. So the chances of me changing this gear and doing something else for her is 100%. I do like the elbow pad, so I'll probably keep the elbow pad and like the little armband thing. I don't mind that. It's just this. I don't even mind the boots. It's just this. Yeah, I just don't really care for it. So I will change it up for Liv Morgan. Oops. Let's go back to that. I didn't mean to push play. For Liv Morgan, I will change it up. The one thing that does suck is that they didn't really update her model. It looks like 2K25's model, just with new gear. It is what it is, but there's just something about the Liv Morgan model I just haven't really cared for, and the wig just kind of throws things off for me. It just doesn't really look natural. So it's kind of upsetting, but they have done things and patches where they've patched stuff and updated stuff. They've been doing that recently, which is pretty awesome. So maybe there's a chance they'll do that with Liv Morgan, but otherwise this will be the version we get of her. So
And what you're going to get for each edition that you buy for WWE 2K26. Kicking it off with a press release, I think we should mention that WWE 2K26 is going to feature CM Punk as your showcase star. In the press release, it reads, CM Punk jumps through time to relive incredible moments from his career, narrated by the best in the world himself. Players will now relive iconic matches and battle against WWE legends in fantasy warfare. This showcase gauntlet looks to push players to their limits. CM Punk's rise, rebellion, and return make this the most personal 2K showcase yet.
look, I already had a lot of trouble with the 2K showcase and 2K25 with the whole timed thing that they did and certain objectives, which some of them kind of sucked. Some of them were easy, but some of them really sucked, especially the ladder match. So knowing that this one's going to push players to the limits, great. Another year of showcase mode that's going to get my heart beating like I'm going to, like my soul's going to leave my body because I'm going to like lose. But we're still going to do it though because you unlock stuff through showcase, so we're still going to do it for sure. But once we do the showcase, I only do it once for each user I have, so.
The best in the world roster of 400 plus superstars.
Woo!
WWE 2K26 boasts a roster of over 400 playable characters, the biggest in franchise history, a combination of current superstars from Raw, SmackDown, and NXT, legends and WWE Hall of Famers. The massive roster features John Cena, Macho Man Randy Savage, Rhea Ripley, Cody Rhodes, Roman Reigns, Io Sky, Andre the Giant, Drew McIntyre, Braun Breaker, Roddy Piper, Seth Rollins, Logan Paul, Stephanie Vaquer, Eddie Guerrero, Liv Morgan, Bret the Hitman Hart, Penta, Charlotte Flair, Randy Orton, and the new additions and returns including Rey Fenix, Rusev, and Blake Monroe.
So, as been confirmed, we are getting, obviously, we already knew we were going to get Rey Fenix. He debuted way early enough for that. So obviously we knew we were going to get Rey Fenix because he was right on SmackDown. So Rey Fenix is off. That was an obvious one, but it's good to actually see it confirmed here. Rusev coming back. That was also pretty obvious. He returned early enough for that. Blake Monroe is awesome to have as part of NXT. So to get Blake Monroe in base game and not as a DLC is really, really awesome. It has also been confirmed that, I think it has been confirmed that we're also getting Ricky Saints as well, but they didn't name him. But Ricky Saints is also going to be a base game. That has been confirmed through a different source. So that's awesome too. But we're going to be getting a lot of NXT stars this year, which I'm really excited for. We are going to get a lot of Legends and Hall of Famers, which I don't really use many of them. I use a couple of them, but more like the more recent ones, like Batista, Wade Barrett. I've used Lita a few times. Stuff like that. But as far as like Roddy Piper, Randy Savage, Andre the Giant, some of like those really way back in the day ones, I don't use them. So there's going to be a lot of those type of legends and Hall of Famers in the game, unfortunately, but it is what it is. I don't use them and won't use them, so yeah. But let's go ahead and let's continue.
And many, many more. 4 new match types have been announced for WWE 2K25. We got I Quit match, Inferno match, 3 Stages of Hell, and the Dumpster, as well as stackable tables, new usable objects including shopping carts and thumbtacks, and larger interactive environments offer new but familiar ways to punish opponents. That's right. Weapon physics has finally punished opponents.
Okay, so we're going to go ahead and just read this really quick, the whole thing, and he's going to get back into this and read it again probably, read the rest of it, because he kind of stopped reading it midway through, but... So yeah, 4 new match types, offensive tools, and gameplay upgrades. So there are 4 new match types, including I Quit match, Inferno, 3 Stages of Hell, and Dumpster match. So here's the thing, 3 Stages of Hell is one match I've been wanting to add in, because I have done a few 3 Stages of Hell matches in my Universe mode, and the way I do it is I use 3 matches, 3 match slots for each stage. So the first stage is 1 match slot, I do the entrance with that one, so it does the entrance at the beginning of the match. And then the second stage, I go into custom matches. I make a second stage, and I put the health bar at medium. That way, it shows that there's still a little damage from the first match. And then they start that second stage, slightly damaged. And then I do the third stage, whatever match I want that to be. And I put the health on low, so they start out on low health for the third match. So I have to use 3 match slots to make a 3 Stages of Hell match. Now we're getting the actual 3 Stages of Hell match in the game, and I'm so excited for that. Obviously, it's a special match type. Don't use it often, but I have used it a couple times in the past in Universe mode. The best one I've ever done is probably the one with Jonathan Gersman versus Dexter Lumis. This was way before the Wyatt 6. And yeah, it was absolutely freaking awesome. That was at Hell's Coliseum in WWE 2K20. So that was in 2020 when I did that. So yeah, awesome stuff that we're actually getting a 3 Stages of Hell match in the game. I'm so excited for that. Dumpster match, that's probably the same as the casket where you have to kind of put them in the dumpster. So pretty cool to have a little different one there. And then, yeah, Ice Cream match is going to be awesome. Inferno match is going to be awesome. Those are all going to be awesome. Finally, we're getting stackable tables. That's awesome. I've been wanting stackable tables in the game for the longest time, and it's finally here. So awesome. Also get new usable objects, including shopping carts and thumbtacks. Thumbtacks being in the game, guys, we can create like a whole different ECW type thing going on here, okay? Like, this is freaking awesome. Thumbtacks is going to be awesome, and I also heard too, and I think he's going to probably discuss it. I would think he would anyways. Maybe not, I don't know. But Thumbtacks, one thing I did hear though about Thumbtacks is that it actually does stick to the body. It will stick to the front or the back depending on which way they get slammed into the thumbtacks. If they get slammed in with the chest first to the thumbtacks, it will stick to the chest, or if they get slammed to the back, like the choke slam or whatever, it will stick to the back. So thumbtacks does stick to the opponents if they get thrown into them, which is pretty awesome. Larger interactive environments offer new but familiar ways to punish opponents. So we're going to get larger interactive environments, which is really, really awesome. That kind of brings back to SmackDown vs. Raw 2011, during Road to WrestleMania type stuff. It's pretty awesome to see a larger interactive environments. That's really cool. And then intergender matches are available across core game modes. So intergender matches are staying in the game. A revamp of the reversals and stamina system adds a layer of strategy and upgraded physics interactions, making the action feel more dynamic and dangerous. Interactive entrances is awesome. I'm guessing he's probably going to go over that, but that's going to be really, really awesome. I know exactly what that is. I do know what that is. I mean, it is what it sounds like it is, right? And finally, it's been so long, but finally, they're adding the addition of Booker T and Wade Barrett to the commentary team. So they're finally updating the commentary team. Thank you. Now, the one thing I do hope, though, is that knowing that we're having Booker T and Wade Barrett, I really do hope that they still have the thing with, well, at least, like, they have the NXT commentary team, and then they have Raw commentary team, SmackDown commentary team, and they're different. I'm hoping for that. I know they announced the addition of Booker T and Wade Barrett, but it would be nice if they had different commentary teams per different show, or if we could have the opportunity, or if we could have the freedom to choose the commentary team you want for each show, just like how you choose the referee that you want for each match, or the ring announcer you want for each match. It would be nice to have a mode or an option to where you can change the commentary team for each show. If you go into like show details, they should have a commentary team section there, and you can choose between different commentaries, from legendary commentators to more current ones. Stuff like that. You can add that to the game. That would be freaking awesome. But knowing that we are getting an updated commentary team, regardless, is awesome itself. So,
that's right. Weapon Physics has finally made a return to the franchise, and this is probably the biggest feature that I can imagine. This is something that I have personally been pushing for a very, very long time. Being a huge fan of SmackDown vs. Raw 2011 physics, this feature will add more dynamics, and we're going to talk about what the devs had to say about it in just a short moment. Intergender matches are available across core game modes. A revamp of the reversal and stamina system adds a layer of strategy and upgrade, and upgraded physics interactions make the action feel more dynamic and dangerous. interactive entrances, and the addition of Booker T and Wade Barrett to the commentary team further refine the audiovisual presentation. I read through that kind of quick, but we are going to give a little bit more details on some of these features that I received during this roundtable visit. Creation Suite, the best-in-class customization mode.
Yes!
200
yes, it's happening!
Save slots, doubling the existing count in response to the community's demand. Community Creations now features a double image capacity of 2,000 logos, deeper body and face morphing tools, and two-tone hair color blending, giving players unprecedented freedom to craft the superstars, arenas, and other creations of their...
Guys, we are getting 200 Creative Superstar slots. You have no idea how much stress or how stressful it has been to have these superstars on my shows, and then I don't have enough character creation slots to be able to do alternate attires for current existing superstars, to like change up their attires every now and then. Now that we're getting 200 Creative Superstar slots, that's awesome. As far as the image capacity, it's awesome that they doubled that too, which they should if they're doubling the Creative Superstar save slot. Otherwise, it kind of deletes the whole purpose of that. But knowing that we've gone to that point of like struggling with not having enough image space, like when you get to that 100th superstar that you've created and you had 1,000 logos already, or you've gone to like even 70 and can create like 30 more, and you already used all the logos you can use. Knowing that they only upgraded it, just doubled that. They should have done like 4,000. That way we don't run into that issue. But the fact that they did update that in general is really, really awesome. So, finally, getting 200 character slots. That's awesome. Community Creation now features a double image capacity. Yep. Deeper body and face morphing tools. That's awesome. Two-tone hair color blending. I've been wanting that, so that's really cool. Giving players unprecedented freedom to craft the superstars, arenas, and other creations of their dreams. I'm excited. Hopefully, arena creation has been updated and overhauled, because that's been really needing it. So I hope that they did that too.
Dreams. Now we're going to start talking about some of the things that they've added in some of the modes this year. My GM now features new intergender matches, 5, 6, and 8-man matches, plus support for more match types than ever before, vastly increasing the number of possible.
I don't really play my GM, so
more shows per season pose new management challenges in 2K's strategic brand management simulation mode. My Rise, players define their My Superstars journey through 2 new division-based storylines where villainous and heroic decisions impact my players like never before. Players can now keep playing even after the main stories are complete, with more unlockable content and achievements to earn for increased replayability. And I know you guys are waiting for this one. Universe Mode. The draft comes to WWE 2K Sandbox Mode, where players create their own WWE Universe and control match outcomes. Other new introductions include new Universe Creation Wizard, Watch Show Mode, improved Money in the Bank cash-ins, and additional promo types. Now
Wait. What is Universe Creation Wizard? Is that what I think it is? Is that where you can add like segments and stuff, like backstage segments and stuff? Additional promo types? I'm kind of hoping they mean like they're adding like the backstage one. We can have like a backstage promo or something. Okay. I'm kind of intrigued by all this. Okay. New Universe Creation Wizard. That's the one that really I'm highlighting right now. What is that? I hope he explains that.
Improved Money in the Bank cash-ins and promo types. Now, for some reason, when we were in the round table, a lot of the people that were in there were not asking enough Universe Mode questions, and they didn't do a Q&A until after the presentation was...
Why? Universe Mode is like really the only mode that so many people play. I mean, yeah, like, people play my GM and stuff. Some people play my faction, but a lot of people hate it. The Island is still kind of new, so people are still trying to get into that. Universe Mode is like the staple of the 2K games, so why was there not many questions asked about Universe Mode? That's kind of a bummer.
It's completely done.
That's all the questions I would have asked about was Universe Mode.
As much answered about this, the new Creation Wizard, as well as what kind of promos. I'm assuming it's backstage promos that have been added.
That's what I was saying, yeah.
We didn't really get too much in depth about this. We do have improved Money in the Bank cash-ins, but none of this was really spoken about during this. So it makes me curious to think what really are these additions. The only thing that they really mentioned that was the big sell-all feature for universe mode was this draft, and a lot of people did want the draft, and they were talking about it a little bit. And I know the devs were mentioning that this was a really cool presentation and that they have waited a long time to finally be able to add this within the game. The island is back. 2K's WWE themed world is now bigger and more social than ever, and available for the first time on PC.
It's on PC
Players
now.
will choose one of 3 factions and battle for control with revamped progression systems, the new Scrapyard Brawl environmental area, fresh towers, new shops, and branded gear, an expanded My Superstar builder with face photo importing. Plus upgraded quests, complete with Superstar voiceovers, cutscene, and dialogue screens.
Superstar
voiceovers experience. My faction, the collectible card battle mode, is back with new
We'll let this go through. I only do my faction.
Matches. Players collect new cards, design, and boost their performance with the new faction chemistry and run-in support. New theme card packs and goals will continue to roll out regularly throughout the year with seasonal content refreshes. So that's a little taste of what we have for features in the modes themselves. But when we were on the roundtable, we did get a lot of questions asked about some of these modes as well as gameplay. And we're going to start with gameplay right now. Obviously, shopping cart has been teased over the past few weeks. Well, now we can talk about the shopping cart. The shopping cart will be available within the NXT parking lot or other brawl arenas. You are now able to use that as sort of like a grapple weapon, and you're able to push your opponents around through the back and cause destruction. We haven't seen how any of this gameplay works. We've only seen screenshots of this, so that's what it looks like to me. You're able to just put your opponent in the shopping cart and push it around and probably run them into walls or something. Royal Rumble now has picture-in-picture. Weapon physics are back and now better than ever with actions happening.
Wait, what did he say?
Weapon physics are back and now better than ever with actions happening more organically. Now when throwing someone on a weapon has picture-in-picture. Opponent in the shopping cart and push it around and probably run them into walls or something. Royal Rumble now has picture-in-picture.
What does Royal Rumble has picture-in-picture mean?
Weapon physics are back and now better than ever with actions happening more organically. Now when throwing someone on a weapon, they take more damage and respond to it differently each time and sell it. And that's exactly how the thumbtack system works as well. And thumbtacks actually stick to the upper body area, either your back or your front. And they leave marks and all that stuff. We've asked the questions and they answered that. So the thumbtack experience is going to be very interesting as the wrestlers are going to react differently each and every time. And that is due to the ragdoll physics because they have improved this year as well as ledge attacks. More ragdoll and less baked-in animations, which is something that I really wanted to hear from these devs because 2K...
Hold on. Wait a second. Ragdoll feature. If that's what I think it sounds like, that's going to change gameplay completely. And he's probably going to explain it, but I just got to feature myself. Ragdoll feature, is that like every single time you do a move on the Superstar, they sell the move differently? Instead of like being the same baked animation, they'll sell it differently each time? That would be epic, because that would really change how everything goes within the gameplay and hitting moves. Okay, let's see what he says.
Over the years has been a lot of just baked in animations and not enough freedom when it comes to reacting, selling, and just things happening more organically throughout the match. Another new feature that's awesome into the franchise is now 2 people are able to get up on the barricades and brawl out. And this is due to the physics that they have for the island in their new Scrapyard Brawl arena, where 2 people are battling up on a ledge, and that is now integrated within the barricades as well. So now not only can 1 person get on the barricade, but now 2 people can hop on the barricade, LED boards at ringside, and just brawl it out. They have a new AI feature this year, and it is AI sequences. And it sounds like they've tried to incorporate this before, but now this is more baked in with the Superstar themselves. So now the Superstar can perform with the likeness like John Cena, Penta. If John Cena goes to do the 5-knuckle shuffle, 9 times out of 10, actually 10 out of 10, he's going to go for the attitude adjustment right after that. And that is what happens in games. So there are characters that are pretty unique to each other, and they have that set in stone moveset and something that you're used to watching on TV. You can expect that to play out in the match now on WWE 2K26. And it sounds like you are able to customize this and create a moveset as well. So when you're making creative characters, you are able to add different movesets and give them these AI sequences as well, which is pretty rad. At the end of the sit down, I was able to ask a couple questions. And one of the questions I asked was, do we have a podium sitting on the outside of title matches this year? Is the title sitting on a podium on the outside?
Ooh.
Brian Williams got to get back to me in the chat, and he answered yes. That is
Yes!
the case this year. You are able to use the title in the match as well. During the sit down, they started talking about interactive entrances, and we were kind of able to do this.
Before he gets into that, having the title on a podium now, doing title matches, because that's what they do in real life, that's awesome. They can actually take the title off the podium and use it. I like that. That's awesome. Now, interactive entrances. This is actually something that I actually suggested to 2K. So the fact that this is actually being added to the game is pretty awesome. Let's see what he has to say about it.
This with AEW Fight Forever, where you can trigger pyro during your entrance, and
literally the only thing I liked about AEW Fight Forever was that feature.
Here in WWE 2K25, we've seen the new camera setups where you're able to control the camera and kind of free roam your camera during the entrance setup. Well, this year, they took that to an entire new level, and I can't wait to talk about it. Lionel Jinx added this year that we get interactive entrances, which added animations that you can now trigger if you are a heel or face, and they have 3 preset animations for each heel and face. These can be triggered at different times during the entrance, as well as triggering your pyro on the stage or in the ring. To me, this is a way more dynamic feel than we've ever seen in a wrestling game, because now it kind of puts you into the entrance. Before we watched entrances, and 9 times out of 10, after you've seen them a million times, you just kind of skip through them.
I don't skip through them. I've never skipped through an entrance.
Different each time. If you're a universe mode player, this will really come in handy, because you are now able to turn your character heel, babyface, and you can really play that out on your entrance or even in the match, and we're about to get to that. Derek Donahue added that after you have done your entrances and are about to start your match with the warm-up scene, you now have the opportunity to choose how you want to start your match. Previously, the match would start up and it was full speed ahead, which is still an option. But now they have integrated a new start of match mode where you can choose if you want to draw energy from the crowd or approach for a handshake or trading blows and chain wrestling, or a rush before the ring bell even happens. You also have the chance to play off AI if AI starts with any of these actions, and you get to choose to respond to that. To me, this is big because I really like TV representation, and this is the kind of feature that you want to take into universe mode. Some people will like it, some people don't, but for me, this is right up my alley.
Oh yeah, mine too.
It makes every match feel different, especially at the start. You're still able to start the match the way that we always have. You can just kind of dash at them and go full speed ahead. But for others, it does now give them the option to control the narrative and the pacing of the match and how they want to start the match. So to me, this is a really cool feature that they've added in, and I'm happy they did it. Earlier, when I was reading the press release, we talked about the new My Faction features. Well, we're going to talk about how this player swap works. You set up your roster with 4 cards, and you can swap them out on the fly during the match, and they keep their finishers and health, and it adds more strategy to the match and utilizes the entire deck of cards. Obviously, this is a perk card. Not every card will have this ability to do the swap player. But once you have it, it does add a little more dynamic to the match for the people that love to play My Faction. This is a pretty cool little feature, and they do keep up in the ante. But I can't imagine how nasty these events are about to be in WWE 2K26. In the My Rise changes, Lionel Jinx said that with My Rise, they really wanted to lean into player choices and making the player feel like they have made decisions that actually pay off. After the story is finished, it sounds like it has a continued career where you can continue to earn XP and continue to play matches and further your career. But with all this good news comes questionable news for some people. WWE 2K26 is finally current gen, which means it is only available for PlayStation 5, Xbox Series S and X, PC, and the Switch 2. So Gen 9 consoles only. PS4, Xbox One are a no-go anymore, and it has been confirmed. With that said, it was asked in the sit-down if Community Creations was going to be available on PC, Xbox Series S and X, and PlayStation 5 altogether. And here's what Lionel had to say. Due to PC being so customizable, they said that they have to do their due diligence to make sure that things are not being skewed and not ruining other players' experience. So they didn't say that it wasn't all combined, but they might as well have, because with the island being on PC, that is what he's talking about ruining the player's experience for the online. Obviously, we have brands on there. They're really worried about mods breaking the game. That is what it comes down to. The island is available for PC, but with that comes blocking Community Creations. So I don't know how Community Creations is going to work. Obviously, that was not confirmed. Lionel Jinx said they're looking into it and they're going to figure out something for it. But as we stand right now, I wouldn't get your hopes up. It sounds like we're sticking with Xbox Series S and X and PlayStation 5 Community Creations. And it sounds like PC and Switch 2 is going to be on an island of its own. No pun intended. I was really curious how the reversal system was going to be changed in WWE 2K26, so I reached out to Brian Williams to ask the question because I didn't really get a chance to ask it in the sit-down, and Brian Williams got back to me, and this is his answer. Brian Williams said, the stamina meter basically controls your ability to reverse. It's similar to the old reversal stock. The more you reverse, the quicker your stamina drains. If you deplete your stamina completely, you enter into a winded state where you're given a debuff where you lose the ability to reverse for a short time. You'll have to manage your stamina by choosing moves worth reversing. It's not too punishing, and if you turn stamina off, it's business as usual without entering into a winded state. So it sounds like we have the option to play that way. For me, I kind of like that because it leaves it with more strategy, especially if you're playing online. But if you guys don't like that change in the reversal system, you can basically just turn off stamina in the options and we're back to normal. WWE 2K26 is changing the way DLC works this year, and that, to me, is questionable. But in the world that we live in today, it's kind of expected. So let's read the press release. DLC gets an upgrade with more post-launch content than ever before. The all-new Ringside Pass offers players additional incentive to play, earning XP across all game modes, excluding online lobbies. 60 free tiers and 40 premium tiers will be available to reward gameplay, with players who can reach tier 40 of the Ringside Premium Pass season able to unlock superstars, cosmetics, and customization items, VC, My Faction, and the Island content, and more. Ringside Pass Premium replaces the previous DLC model, rewarding players with all new playable characters, unavailable on the base game roster, including current superstars, legends, personas, and some unexpected names. 6 Ringside Pass seasons are planned to roll out throughout the year, with Ringside Pass Season 1 available at launch and featuring unlockable superstars and legends previously available in the WWE 2K Supercharge on the free tier. So to me, that sounds like we're kind of locking superstars that we've had for free for a long time. Legends, current roster superstars are now within the Ringside Pass. Obviously, we're going to get into what you get and how you can get the seasons and all that stuff. Usually when you buy the top tier editions, you get all the seasons, and that's still the case this year for 2K26, except they're kind of making you buy it and then play and have incentive to play to keep unlocking stuff. So for those who like unlocking everything, this is great news for you. But for those like me who buy this game on 2 different consoles, it's going to be a grind, a real grind. And locking regular current roster superstars and legends behind that, it's kind of questionable to me, but I'll leave it up to you to decide. The standard edition will be available for $69.99.
I don't know if I like that.
Pre-order the WWE 2K26 standard edition will receive the Joe Hendry pack, a bonus pack of content containing playable superstar Joe Hendry, a Joe Hendry shirt cosmetic item, Joe Hendry My Faction Evo card, and Joe Hendry spin item emote. Players who pre-order any edition of WWE 2K26 for PS5, Xbox Series X and S, or PC will also receive the WWE 2K25 base game digital. The King of Kings edition will be available for $99.99. King of Kings edition includes the standard edition Joe Hendry pack, Ringside Pass Premium Season 1, 32,500 VC, plus the King of Kings pack, which includes playable superstars Triple H 98 and Stephanie McMahon 2000 and a Triple H signature taunt emote for the island. The King of Kings edition will be available for March 6, 2026, 7 days ahead of the standard edition. The Attitude Era edition will be available for $129.99 in addition to all content included in the King of Kings edition. Attitude Era edition includes access to Ringside Pass Premium Seasons 1 through 4, plus the Attitude Era edition pack, which features playable superstars The Rock 99, Kane 98, China 97, Stone Cold Steve Austin, Rattlesnake, and The Rock People's Champ, My Faction Evo cards, the Raw is War 98 Arena, The Undertaker Thumb Across the Neck, and Shawn Michaels DX crotch chop emotes for the island. The Superstar Mega Boost is also included, which grants 200 My Superstar attribute points for My Rise, plus 100,000 VC. Attitude Era Edition will be available for March 6th, 7 days ahead of Standard Edition. The Monday Night War Edition will be available for $149.99. In addition to all content included in the Attitude Era Edition, Monday Night War Edition includes access to Ringside Pass Premium Seasons 1 through 6, plus the Monday Night War Edition pack, which features playable superstar Shawn Michaels DX, Randy Macho Man Savage 98, Roddy Piper 98, the WCW 1998 Thunder Arena, and a Diamond Dallas Page Bang emote for the island. The Monday Night War Edition also grants entitlement for the WrestleMania 42 pack, which includes the WrestleMania 42 Arena and 3 WrestleMania 42 Superstar Persona cards to be automatically entitled post-launch. Just reading that got my eyes watery, and I'm telling you, that's a lot of information, but it's information that I'm not a huge fan of. I'm not really sure if I like this information. It does say that we're going to get a lot more DLC, but what kind of DLC are we exactly getting when it comes down to it? When I first read this information, I thought that the fans were probably not going to like that we were switching to a season pass / battle pass type deal like they have over in NBA 2K, as well as a lot of other games. They all are starting to go to season passes now. And now we have the 6 season passes, which you do get the same amount of superstars that you would in previous years for DLC, plus a lot more. But it also sounds like you're paying more, and you have to play to unlock a lot of other things within it. So it's really up to the fan base on how you feel about this. I know I felt a certain kind of way reading this information, and I'm not really sure how I feel about it, but it's here to stay, and that's what it is. With all the awesome features announced, as well as some of the roster, some of the modes, how are you feeling about WWE 2K26? Let me know in the comments. And if you like content like this, drop a like, drop a subscribe. We'll see you on the next one. Take it easy.
That's not what I wanted. I don't even know which one I wanted. Which one did I want? Not that one. This one. This work. Okay. A lot of great stuff. A lot of great stuff. I am really a fan of a lot of it. It is questionable about the DLC though. But he says that superstars are going to get, or current superstars are going to be locked through a season pass. I hope he doesn't mean current superstars that are base game, like Rey Fenix, or Penta, or whoever else, you know, like Kofi Kingston or whatever. It'll be fine if it's gonna be, if he's talking about like current superstars that are currently in WWE but are new for the game. So let's say Leon Slater, for instance. Let's say he's DLC, so he's gonna be in the season pass. You have to unlock him through that type of thing. I'm hoping it's those type of characters and not like Penta, Rey Fenix, people that have already been in the game in previous years. That would kind of be a little, that sucks. Because I do a lot of universe mode. There's already a lot of grinding I do to unlock things, and now there's going to be an extra grinding thing I got to do as well. It's like, and plus, you know, I work as well, so it's just like, I don't have time for all that. I really don't. So yeah, that's the one thing that is questionable. I'm with him on that, but we'll see how it goes. We'll see how everything goes. I do like a lot of the stuff that he talked about, though. That's really really awesome. I do like a lot of it. It's gonna be great. But the season pass is the only thing that I do have that I am questioning. The DLC season pass type thing, ringside pass. That is the one thing I am questioning. I will be honest, but other than that, though, everything else seems really awesome. I'm really excited to dive in more and just see what other stuff there is. I am expecting there to be a gameplay trailer on SmackDown tonight, so I will be watching SmackDown. I'm hoping there is. It has not been confirmed if there's going to be, but I'm hoping there is, and there should be, because it's about that time where they usually release that. So I'm hoping there is tonight. Otherwise, though,